So portion control is very important. Like I said, portion control is very different from serving size. Serving size is something that's dictated by the company versus portion size is what scientists and nutritional professionals have to deem as what one serving should be, what one person should eat at one time. So for grains, 1 cup of cereal is usually not dictated as 1 cup on the label. It tends to say 3/4 of a cup. And so when you want to look at it, it's about a general fist. Now, you're not going to take a 5-year-old and say, here's a fist. That's different from like a really 6 feet tall guy with another fist. If your fist is a little bit bigger, try to aim a little smaller amounts, but it's a general medium-sized fist. And 1 pancakes, I'm not sure how big IHOP pancakes are, but they should be about this big. That's a little bit too big. But I think they're like the size of your face sometimes, right? Yeah. So, you know, 1 pancake could equal to 2 sometimes, and if that's something you want to maybe not look into it, or you do try to have a whole grain pancakes, they do have those now, and they're very delicious. And 1/2 cup of cooked rice. Cooked and before cooking is very different as well, and it's about the size of a baseball. It's very hard for me to predict this one myself because I don't play baseball and I don't throw one, so therefore I don't really know how much it is, but maybe just a handful. It's very good prediction. It's 1/2 of that, so even smaller. It's like 1/2 of it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so if you think about it, what you ate yesterday and you had grains, did you really have 1/2 a cup, or did you have way more than 1/2 a cup? I can tell you, I probably have way more than 1/2 a cup. So dairy products are very easy to predict as well. I love cheeses, especially string cheeses. They're a very good way to get your calories and all that. And so 4 dice is what predicts as, and they're about a good size like this. So I'm guessing your cheese sticks are about less than that, right? My cheese sticks are definitely less than that, but that's 1 serving, 1.5 ounces. And then ice cream is, again, 1/2 a baseball. So I love ice cream. I don't indulge too much, but I don't lock myself in it as well. So have as much as you feel that your internal say, I want some ice cream. Don't deprive yourself, because then you're going to eat more. That's something you need to listen to your body for. And then cup sizes. Last time I went to Carl's Jr., I think, I'm telling you, I do really bad. Carl's Jr., kids meal, I have this giant cup, and I'm like, that's not 12 ounces. That's not what kids should be drinking. That's what you should be drinking a day. And so these are the sizes of a Starbucks cup that I think needs to be highlighted. There is a short. I'm not sure. Does anybody know what a short is? Has anybody actually gotten it? It's not the best value, I know, but that is the short one. It's usually the kids' cup. And then the 12 ounces, 16 ounces, and the 20 ounces. And their sizes do change between cold cups and hot cups. What you really could look at also for independent chains that don't tell you, you can lift up the cup, and then inside the rim it tends to tell you how many ounces there are if it's produced in a mass amount. Okay, so meat. I like meat. I don't eat a lot, but I do love it when I have it. So the general idea is 3 ounces for fish and 3 ounces for your meat and poultry, and it's about a checkbook size, or is the size of your palm right here. It's not all big, just the small size of your palm. And peanut butter, if for any of those who are vegetarian or just like peanut butter, it's another great protein source for the morning. So I would have an English muffin with protein source. It keeps me a little fuller longer as well. It's a ping pong, but it's also like 1/2 of your thumb, like just to the first joint. So that's about a tablespoon. Okay, so when you're going out, everybody goes out to eat, especially in the city. It's hard to predict the sizes, and one of my favorite restaurants tend to be Cheesecake Factory. They have really big servings. One of their salads actually fed me 3 times one time, and it's ginormous. So how do you avoid from eating all of it? Because the tendency is, through research, is that if it's in front of you, you're probably going to eat it, and it's not going to stop you from eating it. So you can ask the server to split it off for you, and if you think that they're going to cheat you out from serving sizes, just bag it yourself just before you eat it. That's one trick. Drink water before you meal, and I'm not saying drink a whole glass of water. Drink like a couple of sips to sort of understand whether it's thirst or if it's hunger. There's been studies done where your thirst and your hunger can be mixed up. And so if you drink a little bit before, not to fill up yourself too much, it can give you a sense of whether you're hungry or you're just thirsty. And place your utensil on the table and eat. There's actually a company that designs things that beeps at you to put down your utensils between bites. And so you can do that simply by yourself. Just remember, to put it down, pick it up, and that will increase the time in between bites. As for nutritional information, and I know it's there, every McDonald's back of the lining tray is on there. Chili's is already inside the actual menu. And then I think the pizza place like Sbarro's, it's actually listed on the menu places. So again, be aware of how much they're actually telling you. The restaurant labeling are not regulated by USDA as of right now. So what they're telling you can be a little bit more, and they tend to be a little bit more. So add 10% of what you see. That will give you a better gauge as to what it is. Think about the condiments, the mayo, the ketchup, the mustard. They do add flavor like mustard with no calories, but ketchup and mayo can get a little bit too high in sugars and high in fats. You might want to ask for that. And substitutes, there's always whole grain breads. I know with burgers, even hamburger buns, always ask for an option, even with different breads. They have everything back there. They just have to put it together differently. And for salad and fries, there is always a substitute, even though it might not be listed. So something you might want to ask. Be very informative. Just ask questions. They can always say no, but if you don't ask, they'll just give you whatever is easiest for them. And if you're taking your lunch on the road, I like doing that. There are snack bags and sandwich bags that tend to give you a different sizes. The snack bags tend to be like this amount, so it's about like 3 or 4 ounces sometimes. Those are really good to have. And also containers for Ziploc. There are different measurements on the side for milliliters and also cups. And for me, if I'm getting soups and that's in a big container, I can just pour it in and I know what serving is and how many calories I'm having, so that I'm not eating too much or having too much calories there. And glass and water bottles. This is a little bit extreme, but we have 4 ounces and 8 ounces, and this tends to be some typical way of how you can gauge how much it is. Kid size drinks is another one you have for milks and juices, and so 100-calorie packed snacks is also very good. So we have different categories that we want to talk about, but type 2 diabetes is really just watching your carbohydrates and watching your refined grains. You want to have a little bit more high fiber, watch your sugars a little bit more in terms of your blood sugars. Having a lot of fruits and vegetables will help you gauge a little bit better. And cholesterol is not the same as fat. You want to aim for foods that are in this category and avoid meats that are like organ meats. Organ meats tend to build up a lot of different chemicals inside the animal, so this is a good way to do it. And high blood pressure, DASH diet, basically to limit your calories and limit your fruits and vegetables. And muscle cramps. Somebody mentioned muscle cramps could be a good thing that they are experiencing. And you need to notice these particular nutrients. And I looked it up in one of the resources that are actually on your handout, and it allows you to print out all of the magnesium and all the calcium from the USDA library. This is something I trust. You can print it out either by, this is part of the USDA library if you're looking at your resources. It allows you to print out in alphabetical order by level of category, and it gives you in every single nutrient, or you can search it by the foods to see which one has the most calories, have nutrients, and vitamins and minerals. Unsettling stomach, the good keys, remember ginger and peppermint. It kind of stimulates your stomach a little bit differently. It settles your stomach a little bit differently, and it's a good fragrance that you want to focus on. Bloating, I know this is a difficult thing. Improve your gut motility. So the reason why bloating occurs is that food releases certain gases, and these are the ones that you really should avoid. Your beans, your broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. And we call them the cruciferous vegetables. So if you ever want to find a full list of them, you want to search cruciferous vegetables. And things to avoid for people who have had cancer and are in remission or have suffered it from it in the past. these are the foods that they try to limit you on and to really focus on, especially the cured, pickled, and salted foods. They contain nitrates and certain salts that really do not do the body good, even if it's a person who never had cancer. In Trader Joe's, there are packaged meats that are nitrate-free and sulfate-free, and you want to aim for those. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it if you're watching your health. And these are things that you want to focus on for food safety. It's important. I see a lot of rules being broken during the restaurants, and that's something you want to consider. Again, call your food safety department or health department if you do see that, because it's just healthy for everybody. And at home, these are some things to focus on in terms of germs and all that. Microwaving your sponges for 30 seconds to a minute is very helpful. And your supplements. I'm not a big fan of supplements and vitamins. It just deters people from eating healthy and complete. So as long as you're having a very healthy, balanced diet, all your vitamins and nutrients should be covered, and that's pretty much a guarantee. So just try to aim for a better diet. That will have you a better health session as well. So the resources that I've picked up are the ones also on there. If you have any questions about that, I will stay back and you guys can ask me about them.